Good morning, girls. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lake Life channel. Oh, it is time to feed these chickens. Feed them every day. And actually, since Justin has been gone, I've been actually trying to feed them twice a day because I'm not letting them out and they're not roaming around the yard eating up like the grasshoppers and the bugs and the worms. They get a little rambunctious and they want, oh! Hold on, I'm gonna have to put you down for this for a second. It has been a while, guys, since we have talked to you. I just decided that today we needed to do kind of like a life update, treehouse update, chicken update, all the things. I feel like it's been a month, maybe a month and a half, almost 2 months since we last did a Lake Life family vlog, and we'll get into that in just a minute as to why we've kind of taken a break for a second. But mainly it's just because a lot of the things at the house and spending more time with family, just taking a step back from YouTube and just spending more time together. But we're definitely starting back up now that we're getting a little bit cooler into the fall weather. We can be outside more. Before, it just got so darn hot in Texas that every time you step outside you just start sweating. Like today, like I've been outside for 10 minutes and I'm already like dripping sweat. That's part of why I'm wearing a bandana. Also because I went to Lowe's and you have to wear a face covering, so I just constantly keep a bandana because that's what I use for my face covering. Let's check to see if we have any eggs. So I think the last time that you guys saw this update, we only had 1 or 2 new chicks laying eggs, and as of this week, you guys, we have all 9 chickens? Do we have 9 chickens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chickens. All 9 are laying, and that is huge. We have been waiting for this moment, and I'm kind of sad that Justin is not here to see that. Also, if you're wondering where Justin is, he is camping, and we'll get into that in a minute too. I will get into all the updates in just a second. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs so far. You see Martha with the broken egg. We've tried and tried to figure out what her deal is, and she has yet, I think, to lay a decent egg that is not cracked yet. So I think, you know, when Justin gets home, it might be time that she might make a really good chicken dumpling soup and chicken dinner. Let's see what we got going on. So one of the last barred rocks has been making these nests back here, and I'm having to come in. I'm not wearing gloves, this is gross. I'm having to come in every single day and like sweep up her little nests that she's made, and she's dumped over the camera over here. This is how we kind of watch them. And the other day she actually left one of her eggs like out in the run. And I found it randomly and it was like covered in dirt, and so we don't want her doing that. So, hi! Hey little Wyandotte. Justin is normally the chicken person in here and always takes care of the coop and always takes care of the chickens. And normally when it's Emmie and I barely have time to like run in here, change the food, give them food, collect eggs, and run out before Emmie wants to get in here and play with all the dirt. So I haven't really gotten to bond too much with these chickens. See, she'll let me pet her now. Somebody asked me over on the Instagram if Justin was more the chicken person or if I was more the chicken person. And I will definitely say Justin is more the chicken person just because he gets to spend more time with them. I just don't have a lot of time between Emmie and cooking and housework and everything like that to really spend with the chickens. It's normally Justin's duties. But when he's gone, like he is right now, I kind of get to spend a little bit more time with them. And it is pretty cool. It's pretty fascinating. I love them. I love to collect the eggs. I love to come out here and give them spinach. But what I don't love is all this nasty work. You know, there's a ton of mosquitoes and it's just poopy, and look, she's guarding her eggs. She thinks I'm gonna collect her little eggs. Hey Martha, I see you. You made an egg and it was all cracked. Martha, you might make some really good dumplings. You better start laying some good eggs, otherwise you're going on our kitchen table. Poor Martha, she just wants to be a good chicken. Also, the other day when I was in the coop, kind of checking things out, making sure everything was okay. I'm terrified I'm gonna run into a snake in here because I know that it's a big possibility, especially like because I know rat snakes, and there's another snake that loves to eat their eggs, so I'm paranoid that I'm gonna go in their coop one day and there's just gonna be a snake waiting to bite me. But I did find this guy, and this guy freaked me out because I turn around and he's there, and apparently, if you guys know what he is, I already know what kind of spider it is, but if you've ever seen one of these, it is really scary. Check him out. Do you see him? I mean, he's pretty monstrous. I don't want to get too close because he is absolutely huge. I don't know if it's focusing. Can y'all see that? He's a good size. I mean, he's about the width of my palm. He is absolutely huge. But it's also a garden spider or a banana spider, and they're like bright yellow. They're huge. They're like literally as big as my fists. And they kind of just make their little webs, and they stick to themselves, so you just don't get too close, and they eat all the bugs, which is really good because we have a ton of mosquitoes and bugs in here. But we'll let him live since he's in the corner, as long as you stay over there, okay? But again, it's like one of those things, like every time I come in here, I'm like, is that a spider? Is that a bug? Is that, like I'm freaked out. I'm gonna run into a snake in here. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure one of these days it will happen. The first week of September, and it's still, I feel like it's still so hot outside. As far as other updates in the treehouse goes, not a whole lot to tell you guys. Every time that Justin is gone, I feel like there's always something I do nesting wise to vamp up to the treehouse. New furniture, new rugs. Girls, you know where I'm coming with this. I did spiff up his office just a little bit. So Justin has had these backpacks laying on the ground for like the past 2 years, and so I finally took it upon myself and hung them up along with this little deer head up there, you guys. He has had that sitting on a table over there, and you couldn't even see it, and it looks so much better, and he's just more organized. I also hung up his cowboy hats up there. That's pretty much the only updates down here that I did. So if you're wondering where Justin is, he is in Colorado already, and he's up there hunting. He's trying to hunt for elk, and he's mountain trouting. He's fishing for mountain trout. So he's already up there camping. In a week, Emmie and I are going on an airplane, and we're meeting him in Denver, and we're driving into the mountains to go camp. We're also meeting Justin's mom and dad, LFD and Mimi, to go camping with us, because I don't think Justin and I are quite prepared to go camping by ourselves with Emmie too. I think that's just a lot to do all at once. So to have that family help is gonna be huge. And we're really excited. I'll show you guys how I am prepping for camping with a toddler, and we're flying too. It's just me and Emmie. The past like 2 weeks since Justin has been gone has been prepping and preparing for flying and camping with a toddler, and just keeping the house afloat with everything that I've got to do with baby and house chores and stuff like that. So the reason why we have not been doing a whole lot of lake life vlogs is mainly just because it's just been so hot in the summertime. If y'all remember 3 years ago when Justin was diagnosed with the brain tumor, it was the very end of July. It was the last day of July into August, which is normally in Texas like the hottest part of the year. And that was one of the reasons why Justin had these terrible migraines. He was out in the summer heat for like a week long, filming and doing videos and fishing, and it just, I guess his body just got so overheated and overworked in those summer days that he got such a major migraine, and that's what caused us to go in and get an MRI to see what was going on in his brain, because he was having these migraines for like, I think it ended up being like 4 or 5 days. And so now every single year around the end of July, August time frame, and it's just so hot here in Texas, you know, it gets into the hundreds. It's just kind of like both he and I just kind of want to step back. We don't need to get overworked. We don't need to be out in the sun, because it's just, it's detrimental on your body. And to get that overworked and overheated, we just said, no, we'll take a break. So that's another reason kind of why we kind of take breaks now on around that time of year. And I think that's really good because we've been spending a lot of time with family and we've been spending more time in the treehouse. Not a whole lot of issues have been going on with the treehouse, thankfully. Cross my fingers, I might eat my words soon. But we haven't had anything break. We haven't had really any foundational problems. So this has been a season where we've really enjoyed the treehouse. And there are seasons to work and there's seasons to kind of enjoy your time. And I will say the last couple months has really been just a season to step back and enjoy life together. You know, normally in the fall and early spring and even in the winter time, you have the treehouse, that's kind of the time to work because it's cooler. And here in Texas, it doesn't get super cold. So that's the perfect time to be outside. It's the perfect time to do the housework, to, you know, start doing house projects and DIYs, which I definitely have more plans for. I have a ton of plans for 2021 if things go in the right direction and if Home Depot and Lowe's are still open. A lot of you guys have been asking about animals, if we want to get more animals. I saw a couple people asking if we want any goats, but we have been talking more and more about getting a fence and we want a dog and stuff like that. So things are definitely on the verge of happening, but we've just, like I said, taken a step back and enjoyed this time being at the house and being with each other. And now that fall is beginning, we're excited to rev back up and get more videos out to you guys. So that's just kind of why we took a little break. Just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. Okay, so let me show you guys how I've been packing for a toddler. If you guys are interested in that, a couple of people on my Instagram, I asked questions about what you guys wanted to see in this vlog. And a lot of you guys had questions about how I've been prepping and packing for myself and a toddler. So let's go check that out. And if y'all remember the loft, did y'all see my Instagram post where I posted this beautiful loft? Honestly, it's one of my favorite rooms in the house. I feel like this lighting just doesn't do it justice. But we've gotten the animals hung up, Justin's deer, the ducks. I mean, it's just, really, it's just so peaceful. So, this is the only thing I'm gonna be taking on the airplane. My goal, you guys, is to only take one suitcase for all of my camping stuff and all of Emmie's camping stuff. Now, before Justin left, he took all of our cooking stuff. He took all of our sleeping bags, mattress pads, pillows, and I stuffed him full of diapers for Emmie and all the diaper wipes. He also took a few little like camping toys for Emmie. Hopefully I'm not gonna need a whole lot of toys because she loves to be outside and collecting rocks and pine cones and sticks anyways, so I feel like it's gonna be like her haven out there. So we didn't bring a whole lot of toys, which I hope, knock on wood, I'm not gonna regret that. Besides that, I think, oh, and Justin went ahead and took my rain boots and my my hiking boots because those are kind of big and I felt like I just couldn't carry those along in the suitcase with all of our stuff. Let me show you how I've got this kind of organized. It's pretty impressive because I've got this all pretty much packed up. I just need to throw a couple more things in here, but I've got a lot of things in bags. Okay, so in this bag, I've got like all of my sleeping stuff. So this is just like my sleepwear. I went ahead and put like just my sleeping socks, which are like huge wool socks. And then like my wool shirts and wool pants just for sleeping because when I wake up, I'm gonna take those off just so I don't get them dirty. And for Emmie, I've got Emmie like a little bag too. So this is like Emmie's hats. Look how cute. She's already like put these on and it's so cute and they're so warm. So this is all of like her hats and her gloves. I've got her some warm PJs. Let me just show you how cute her little jackets are. So first of all, this is her little rain jacket. The only reason why I'm able to pack her stuff and my stuff is because her stuff is just so small. I mean, her stuff really doesn't take up that much room. So she's got a little jacket and she's got a down jacket, so a puffy jacket. So this is gonna be like her heaviest layer and it's got like that really warm fleece material inside. And she's also got another jacket that she's gonna wear like on the plane. She's got a little vest. She's got some little mountain boots. Y'all look how cute those are. They're nice and warm, insulated inside. They're perfect for walking around the campgrounds. She's gonna be wearing tennis shoes as well. We've got her a little sleeping bag, but we've also got some warm fleece pajamas. I've got all of my camping pants, my hats and gloves. I got myself a towel. I also have all this kind of stuff that I'm putting in the bag. And I've got, look at these cute little pants. And same with these from LL Bean. They're like little sweatpants. some little camping shorts. But I'm going to be putting everything kind of like in these bags so that they're clear and I can just see them in instead of having to like dig through my suitcase and try to find them. So that way it's really easy to grab and find. Another thing that I found essential was like a sunscreen that is just a face sunscreen. So instead of getting your hands all sticky and nasty and then like playing in dirt, it's just to kind of rub on the face. These are essential little like undies. They're not necessarily PJs. She could wear them for PJs, but these are for like an undergarments. So if it's really cold, she can wear these underneath like a sweatshirt or underneath a jacket. And it's just like kind of like a thin material. It says run wild, explore more. I mean, how cute. So I got her 2 sets of these. These are from LL Bean, if anybody's curious. Oh, here is that jacket I was talking about. Here's the other jacket. So we've got her 3 jackets. We've got her a rain jacket, a mid-weight, and then the down jacket. So I found last year that that was really essential for myself to get myself 3 different layers or 3 different weights of a jacket because I was constantly switching between one layer to the next and between if it was sunny outside or if it was raining outside or if it was cold. So that was really, really helpful. And also a vest. I lived in my camp vest last year. If y'all remember, it was like a Sherpa lined. If you don't remember, go back and look at any of the photos and like some of the Sherpa is like showing out of my shirt. That was the vest and I wore it everywhere. And this is all of her shirts. Y'all, these are all of her shirts in this one bag and it's incredible that everything can fit in tiny little bags. So I got her 2 of these little sweatshirts. So she could wear these under her clothes, she can wear them over her clothes, but it's just like a really good kind of like a mid-weight material that she can wear anywhere, and if they get dirty it's completely fine. I got her 2 long sleeves, and then I also got her 2 of these really soft little camp shirts. They're from Colombia as well. They're just like really soft, stretchy materials. So she can wear those under her clothes, over her clothes. So that's kind of how I have packed for Emmie. Now on the plane, I did get her an iPad because I felt like that was 100% essential for a kid who is 2 years old to go flying on an airplane for 2 hours, and it's just me handling her, and she does great with movies. Favorite one right now is Moana and Lion King, and she will watch it from the start to the end, and y'all, that's like 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that's perfect amount of time. So I got her some headphones. Boom. So these are like little baby headphones. Excited to try those out. I am a little nervous to fly on the plane because it's we're flying a day after she turns 2 years old and she is required to wear a mask. So we got this tiny little mask. I mean, this thing is absolutely tiny that it does fit her quite perfectly, and it has like a little lining. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that American Airlines is understanding. We'll see how understanding they are. We'll keep you updated. Okay, now I did forget to mention 2 things. I am bringing this little guy. It's a flashlight. It's like a little June bug flashlight that she's gonna love. I haven't put batteries in there yet. But I already know how her brain works, and when she sees all of us having flashlights and headlights, she's gonna want a flashlight of her own. So that's gonna be something fun for her. I think that's a Melissa and Doug, if you guys are interested. And then we're bringing this, so it's like a little bug catcher, but she loves to put other things in there. She can put like little pine cones in there, rocks and sticks. She loves collecting all that kind of stuff. So that's just like a fun little carrier thing. I also got her like a tiny little activity table. I mean, when I'm saying tiny, it's probably like, it's like half the size of what you're normally thinking. She can fill it with rocks and sand and sticks and pine cones and all kinds of stuff and just have fun collecting all that kind of nature-y stuff. But as far as toys, that's it for toys. In my mama mind, it's all gonna work out. Now, whether that actually happens, so I will be vlogging that experience next week when we go on the airplane. It could turn out very well, or it could be a total disaster. Now, before we sign off, because I feel like I've given you all the updates, there are some fan mail. I've been trying to check the P.O. box once a month, and I've been actually pretty good about that. I haven't checked it for September, but we're only in day 9 of September, so I'm not doing so too terribly. I feel like I'm LFG in his office right here. His office is quite cozy, y'all. Okay, so first one we have from Scott Gibson in Bakersfield, California. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, double wrapped. Are you giving us pills? Hi, Justin and Stephanie. I'm wanting to give you an old lure that I've had since my Uncle Pete died in 1978. Wow. I saw in one of your recent videos that you might have a place for this special lure. Ooh, we might be able to put it in the loft. Special to me because my Uncle Pete taught me how to fish when I was 16 years old. Oh. Sincerely, Jackie Lynch. You even labeled it. I think you and I would get along just great. I'm gonna have to save this for when Justin comes home to show him. That is a really cool. I love old vintage lures. I feel like just as much as Justin, even though I don't fish with them. I think they're really cool to look at and to know the story behind them. So we will definitely put this into the loft, hang it up in our little, there we go, hang it up into our little stamp tray thing that we have hanging on the wall. So thank you very much for sending that in. That is a way to wrap a lure, y'all. If you're wondering how to send in a lure without sticking people, and don't put it in a bag because then it sticks us. Y'all, that's an awesome way to wrap an old lure. And you can even label it old lure. All right, this next one is from Matt Adams, West Valley City. Is that Utah? Looks like a suitcase of some sort. Dear LFG OSG, first off, I'd like to thank you all the great entertainment and inviting all of us strangers into your life. The backstory is this: I like to cook, and it's always tough when traveling or camping with the family to bring your necessary spices and seasonings. This idea came from my 20th anniversary trip to Maui when it felt like we left $100 worth of spices in the condo. Maybe I opened this just in time, you guys, to bring on our camping trip. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm definitely bringing this camping with us. So thank you, Matt, for sending this. And I'm so thankful that I opened this just in time to put all of our spices, because normally I just kind of throw them in a container and then bring along, and half of them don't even get used because it's hard to dig around in a bag and find them. So last but not least, there are a few more questions on the Instagram that I would love to address. So let me go get my phone really quick. Be right back. Okay, back. So yesterday I asked on my Instagram, not the Lake Life family, I should have done it on the Lake Life family, but I asked on my Instagram what questions that you guys would have or wanted me to answer while I did this update, because it is just me and it's not Justin, so I'm sorry there's not a whole lot of humor going on. You just get my beautiful face. Okay, so, well, I think I already answered this one from Joey. Are the chickens and the duck more comfortable with LFG than Ocean Spoon Girl? I think I already answered that when I said that typically it is Justin's job to do the chicken coop, and I only do the chicken coop and take care of the chickens when he's gone. So the chickens are kind of partial to me. They're like, eh, she comes around every once in a while. But it's really only because I'm with Emmie all the time, and I really don't want Emmie inside the chicken coop because I don't want her to stick her fingers in her mouth and get sick. So that's just a whole issue that we try to avoid. A lot of questions about chickens. What's the hardest part of maintaining and having chickens? I would say like cleanliness, because it's nice that like the chicken coop, I mean, it's not terribly far from the house. I mean, it's just like you see how far I walk to the chicken coop. But it's keeping the mess contained, because Justin likes to let them out every single day and they do poop. And we have kind of a muddy backyard, and it just, as a mom, I'm terrified that Emmie's just gonna like pick up some mud and be like, Mama, mud, and then stick it in her mouth, and it's not mud, it's poop, and then she's gonna get sick. So that has not happened, thankfully. I try to do everything in my power to watch what she eats and puts in her mouth, and thankfully she is getting a little older to where she's not sticking everything in her mouth. She's still sticking sticks and rocks in her mouth, but not necessarily eating mud anymore. Thank goodness. That was a time period in our life that was not very long ago that I had a heart attack every time she put mud in her mouth, and I was like, is there snail poop in there? Is there chicken poop in there? Is there, what are you eating? What are you putting in your mouth, dear Lord child? When will there be another Lake Life After Dark? Let me know in the comments or over by the Lake Life family channel, you guys, if you really like the Lake Life After Darks, because we like doing them, and they're actually pretty simple for us to film, because we just sit down and we just talk like a podcast, and Justin and I love those. We would love to have a podcast, but we just want to know your opinion, guys, if you really like those or if you're kind of partial to them, because we don't get the biggest amount of views on those, but we absolutely love filming them for you. So if you like those, let us know. Hit the thumbs up for this. Let us know, give us a comment, or go over to our Lake Life family channel Instagram. Let us know. What do I eat while LFG is away? Honestly, my meals when Justin is gone are boring. They're either like salads with chicken. They are very simple. Normally it's a variation of whatever Emmie's eating, either like rice. rice and broccoli. Either rice and broccoli or some type of carb like pasta or rice, some type of vegetable like broccoli, peas, or carrots, and then some type of protein like chicken or salmon a lot, or steak, because I hate cooking in the kitchen if it's just me, because I don't like leftovers. And Justin will tell you this day in and day out, day after day after day, that I do not eat leftovers. So I only try to cook with whatever I'm gonna eat and whatever Emmie's gonna eat that day, and whatever we don't, I give to the chickens, because I won't eat them the next day. I don't do leftovers. I don't like them. That's why we work really well, because Justin eats all the leftovers. Have we seen any new critters sneaking around the backyard? I don't think so. I mean, the bobcat keeps appearing on the night cams, but I have not seen any attempts to get in the chicken coop. I haven't seen any digging. I haven't seen, I have not seen any more foxes or bobcats or coyotes lurking around, at least during the day. I don't check the cams. I'm sure Justin checks the cams at night or whenever he sees them, whenever he comes home. But we don't have any more skunks living under the house like we did that one time. I did notice another hole being dug out over by the garage of like something trying to get in under our house. And I finally figured out that it's a little frog, because it's not that big, it's not that deep of a hole. And because I constantly see him coming in and out, and so I'm like, you're okay, frog, you're okay if you stay. Don't invite your friends, don't have any roommates, and we'll be okay, you can stay. How hard is it having chickens? I want them, but my husband says they're stinky, too loud, and they have predators. Yeah, I'm gonna say, if your partner is not with you on the fence about having chickens, it's never gonna work, because it takes two people to do it. Unless you're home 24/7 all the time to do it, and if your partner says that they're not gonna help you, then you're pretty much screwed. Because it's an everyday kind of occurrence. And once you get the hang of it, like, you could leave them for a day or two, but they're kind of needy little creatures, because you don't want their eggs sitting out there for more than 24 hours, especially when it's hot. You know, when it gets cooler, I guess that's fine, but when it's hot, you don't want their eggs sitting out there. There are a lot of predators that love chicken because their meat is just delicious. And so, yeah, if you have chickens, you're gonna have predators. And if you're scared of predators, if you're scared of those kind of things coming up to your house, then chickens probably aren't the right thing for you. But yes, they are stinky, but there's ways to manage it. And I feel like Justin has done a pretty good job with managing the chickens. Now they've become more of like pets, and I really love having the chickens, especially for the fresh eggs every day. We have so many eggs right now, you guys, that I'm having to give them away. We get 8-9 eggs a day, and we almost get a dozen of eggs every day. And I'm like, I only eat, if it's just me, I only eat 3 a day. Will Emmie ever go on a hunt? Y'all, we are so excited that Emmie is growing up in the outdoors. That's why we want to get her camping as soon as possible. That's why we want to make this a family tradition. Hopefully all goes well with this camping trip, and even if it doesn't, we will still go camping in the future. This could be a total bomb, and Emmie could be throwing fits and not napping and just absolutely hating it, but we're still going to go on camping trips. But we want to get her exposed to nature and the outdoors as soon as possible. I mean, she has been outside rolling around in the dirt since the day she was born. I feel like she's grown up with chickens. She's grown up with bobcats in her backyard. And that's because we want her to enjoy fishing and hunting and being in the outdoors with us from now until when she gets older. So I feel like as soon as she can sit quietly in a deer stand, then we will probably bring her out hunting. I think that is gonna do it for today. I hope that answers all of your questions. I hope that was a good update on chickens, on life, on treehouse, on camping, on packing, on Emmie, on Justin, on myself. I didn't do any updates on myself. By the way, I'm doing great. Hanging in there. Mama is hanging in there. All right, guys, I hope wherever you guys are having an awesome and blessed day, and we will see you next time when I'm walking through the airport with Emmie. Just go ahead and already smash the thumbs up button for that, because I'm taking the leap of faith as single mama over here with a 2-year-old who is already crazy. So that should be fun, but we will see you on the next one. Bye.